got a report coming on this, on when this government public-private partnership to censor Americans began. Tell us the new revelation that you've learned, and this player Graphica, which I think is one of the big players that have been flying below the radar.
Sure. Well, I can't wait to read those FOIA documents, because you had this Department of Homeland Security, whole of society, whole of government is what they called it, censorship push. They called it counter disinformation, but that's just code for internet censorship. They teamed up with 4 institutions starting in summer of 2020. Actually, June 23rd, 2020 is when they had their first meetings with this group called the Election Integrity Partnership, which was comprised of Stanford, UW, the Atlantic Council's Digital Forensics Research Lab, and this private firm called Graphica. This same consortium of 4 censorship companies would then fold up after the 2020 election and rename themselves the Virality Project to censor hundreds of millions of posts about COVID-19 for the Biden administration. Now, one of the things so this is a DHS in process, basically permanent, 120-person staffed social media censorship network that was spearheaded by CISA within DHS. Now, one of those 4 firms, Graphica, it turns out, as my Foundation for Freedom Online, just uncovered, began their censorship work on COVID on December 16th, 2019.
All right, hang on a second.
Now
wait, stop a second. December 16th? I didn't even think we knew about COVID then. When did that come in?
So, the 4 sort of strange, anomalous pneumonia-like symptoms coming out of China were first reported on December 12th, 2019. The WHO was not even notified of a novel coronavirus until December 31st, 2019.
Gosh.
It didn't even have the name COVID-19 until January. So you had Graphica, which has received $7 million in Pentagon grants and contracts, a small company, less than 100 employees, got $7 million in Pentagon grants and contracts, and yet they were tasked with censoring COVID before WHO even knew COVID existed.